What's up, everybody? William the Creator, and today I'll be talking about Until Dawn. So I just got back from the movie theaters a couple of minutes ago, or maybe 30 minutes ago, or maybe an hour. I don't know. I didn't look at the time, but I just watched it just recently tonight, around 6:15, and I got out of the movie theaters around like 8 o'clock. But this movie, Until Dawn, which is based off a PlayStation game, which is the same type of name, is technically about a couple of friends goes to a cabin in the woods, type style, in the Story Mountains to memorize the dead friends that died. And then all of a sudden, all this crazy stuff starts happening, like serial killers, Wendigos, and a whole bunch of other shit. This one, the movie, is different from the game. The game itself is like a different type of its own thing, and the movie is kind of like its own thing too. But the movie is basically about a group of friends, including this girl whose sister went missing, and now they're following her trail to figure out where she went. And when they figure out where she went and went to the place where she been, they notice that this place was like a trap, and they're stuck here for 13 nights, and they have to survive 13 nights until dawn. And that's basically the premise of the movie. So every time they die, they have to go relive the other night and try to survive the night with different type of creatures, serial killers, supernatural shit, or whatever will come after them and try to kill them, and they have to survive it. So technically, I went in there kind of low-minded, not low-minded, but kind of low-minded. Technically, what the word is, and I just told myself I'll just give it a chance because the first trailer when it dropped it, I thought it was ass. The second trailer, I was like, okay, this kind of convinced me. I'll go in there, but with a low expectation. That's the word. Low expectation is the word. So I went in there, I sat down, and I watched it. And after the movie was done, I was satisfied. I was like, holy crap, that was actually a good horror movie. Right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 59%. It might go up, it might go down. I don't know. When I looked at it a couple of hours ago before I went to see the movie, it was at 50%. So at least it went up 9% more, and hopefully it goes up more, or I don't know which range. And now right now on IMDb, fans are giving it. Right now, the rating of fans is like a 6.1 altogether, but people are giving it between a 6 to a 10. So at least it's getting good ratings. But this movie, it's a fun popcorn entertainment horror flick. Nothing supposed to be serious. It was just a fun flick to see these teenagers or college kids or whoever they are trying to survive the night at this place that got them trapped for 13 nights technically. But overall, the everything was good about it. There was I thought there'd be a lot of CGI in the movie, but technically there was not that much CGI except for I think one creature that looked like it was CGI, and maybe some other stuff. But other than that, I mean, all the other stuff like the serial killer and these other creatures and some other stuff that I don't want to spoil the movie. Of course, they all were prosthetic. It looks like actual makeup put on people, and these people trained these creatures in one of the most unique, disturbing, and grotesque way you can think of, and I just loved it. Story wise, it was simple to follow. If you understand the game, it's just like the game. You got 13 nights, they got to survive. Each one dies, and they have to start the night over. But in the game, they don't have that kind of concept like a Groundhog Day. In the game, it's like a straightforward story. So if you play the game, you understand that. If your character dies, your character's dead. So you can't go back and save them or anything. But they give you like tiki totems or some type of totems that tells you, oh yeah, their death is about to happen later on in the game. Just make sure when you get to this game that you make the choice that will help you to survive. If you don't make the choice that help your character survive, they're gonna die, and there's nothing you can do about it. In the movie, they had choices to make, but in this one, I guess the choices concept doesn't actually really matter because when they die and they all die, they come back to life and have to relive that night again with another a creature or something trying to attack them. So that's basically, out of the conjecture of the game. But other than that, I mean, story-wise, it was predictable. You know what's going on. You know what's happening. If you play the game, if you don't play the game, you might be kind of lost. But at the same time, it's still easy to follow. Of the one dude that's in there that they met at the gas station, he plays the narrator of the game. So if you play the game, there's a narrator, a guy who tells the story of the characters and explain to you, like, hey, I know how you're going through this stuff. He's basically in the game, he's a psychiatrist. In this one, I don't want to spoil it, so I don't know what he is, but until you watch the movie and you're like, oh, okay, I see what he is. But in the game, he's just like you're a psychiatrist for one of the characters, which one of your characters is actually a serial killer, and he's actually bring his group of friends, goes his group of friends up to that mountain and planning this whole thing to kill them because basically two of his sisters died in the game. and blah blah blah. And you know what I mean. I don't want to spoil the game either because you never played the game. And you got PlayStation. Go get the game and play it. They remastered the whole game back in October and it's out right now. So I'm thinking about buying it again, replaying it again because they added like new scenes and stuff for that game. But other than that, I mean, story wise, like I said before, it was simple. It was easy to follow. You can basically understand it easily, and it was nothing big about it. So it was just a normal horror type flick story. Acting was fine. I mean, the one in the trailer, there was one girl in the trailer who dates this one dude in the movie. Her acting was kind of iffy. It kind of annoyed me from how she sounded when she started getting upset about some situation that happened to her friends. But then later on when I watched it and I see the scene, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. It doesn't sound that bad when she was kind of being upset about what happened with this type of situation. In the trailer, it seems like, oh god, her voice is so cringy when she's kind of upset, when she's yelling. But it wasn't bad. All the other characters' acting was good. I just wish that, each character has some type of, a formula to them. Well, not formula, but just a trait. Like, you do have there's a douchebag in there. There is a douchebag. We don't have a dumb blonde, but we do have an Asian chick that has psychic, not telepathic power, but she's like a medium that can feel energy and stuff. You get the depressed anxiety sister who lost her sister, which is the main character. You get the one dude who is a nerd. He's a nerd, but at the same time he's just a nerd who basically not a nerd, but he's the ex to the main character. And when you watch it, you see he's like try his best to try to comfort her, try to get with her the whole time, knowing that he's basically saying they kind of broke up, but he really want to get back with her. You can see it through the movie when you watch it. And then you got the girl dating the douchebag who's I'm not gonna say that she's kind of, I don't want to say the word, but she does wear the clothes. It's just that to me she seemed more of a, I don't know, I was gonna say hippie, but I don't think she's like a hippie. She's like more like a modern, probably hippie type style girl, but not that type of hippie. Like, oh yeah, let's chill or relax. She's more like another version. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you just gotta watch it. But other than that, I mean, I wish there were more of the actual traits. Like, you like Cabin in the Woods type of traits. You get the dumb blonde, you get the jock, the bully jock, you get the nerd. Then you get the druggie, the guy who likes to smoke weed, and then also you get the virgin. This one, they don't have it, but this is a different type of movie. So Cabin in the Woods is kind of like, technically like a parody hit towards horror movies and their cliches they have for their characters. This one was more of kind of like an offspring story to the video game, which leads into, I don't want to spoil it, but to something that I'm actually excited for if they do make a sequel. But, I mean, so the acting, the characters are fine. I mean, I didn't have no problem with it. The narrator he was really good. He was cool. What else? Like the cinematography was fine. There was a couple of scenes that were so dark that you can't see shit. Like most horror movies. Like, cause I'm about to do Sinners. A review right next after this one, and Sinners was a good movie. I gotta tell you, if you haven't seen Sinners yet, that came out last week. Go watch it. It's a 10 out of 10. It's brilliant. You will see my review when I talk about it. I love it. But yeah, there were some dark scenes where I wish I could have seen some, things that happen in the movie, when they're getting chased through the mines by these creatures and stuff, but you can see what the creature looks like until they get into like a frame with this light inside the cave or mine, and then you can see what they look like, and they're freaky. There's one scene, I will explain, there's one scene, which is, it's not bad, it's no spoiler scene, but there's one scene where the girl's hiding inside the mine, and you see a light flicking off, like a red light, and you see this creature just walking, and it turns on, and the creature closer, turn off, and it's like right next to her, screaming, yelling, and it turns off, and then it starts walking back. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, that is something I seen in the Until Dawn game, because there was something like that in the game. I forgot what part of the game it was, but it was a part of the game where the girl, one of the characters was hiding, and that creature, which is the Wendigo, just starts walking towards her slowly while the lights turn off and on, and you just see it creep every time the lights turn on and get closer to her, and you have to hit these buttons to make sure you keep your character silent, because if she makes a noise, it basically will grab you instantly and kill you. So that was a pretty cool scene that they took that type of that scene and kind of did a mockery of it in the movie, which is pretty cool. But I mean, the movie was fun. The movie was fun. I enjoyed it. Um, wish that like I said, the characters have more of a personality kind of trait, or the type of cliche type character traits that most characters in a horror movie has. Um, I love the ending. Okay, yes, I would say I love the ending. I don't know if people are gonna like the ending or not, but I enjoyed it, and the way it's leading it into. I mean, I wish it does. I hope it does good so it can make another movie, because I do want to see the next one after how it ended. Um, I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was cool. It was a good movie. It was fun. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. If you like Until Dawn and you like a fun horror movie that's kind of like not to think about, just go and watch this. It's particularly one of those. If not, then wait till it comes to streaming service. But it's a fun movie based off a video game, and this is probably one of the good, not one of the good movies based off video games, but it's one of the good ones to watch if you're if you don't mind giving it a chance. But thank you for my review. I'm about to go and hip up on Sinners and do a review on Sinners right now, and I see you in that video. Goodbye, everybody.